Welcome back, everybody. This is Tyler Weeb from Pro Physique, and today we're talking about how many days a week should you be training. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Thursday. I'm still in Florida, rocking it with the Pro Physique crew, just having a blast, working, lifting. What else is there to life? But today I wanted to talk about how many days a week should you be looking to be in the gym. So this is a question that I will always ask a potential client. How many days a week do you want to be in the gym? And you know what? It varies a lot because people have different schedules, different time frames. How much time can you spend in the gym? What is your training age? Things like that all go into choosing how many days you should be in the gym. Now, there is probably a minimum. I'm not gonna say probably, there is a minimum, and I would say minimum 2 days a week at least. And even then, we're looking at that being probably almost not enough, and then 3 days should really be what you're looking at, because 3 days you can get 3 full body workouts in, which is going to be very beneficial. The body does need a certain amount of stimulus of days training certain body parts to actually make progress. Now, how much volume that person should be doing, again, now is dependent on how long have they been training for. If they haven't been training for a very long time or not at all, and all we want to do is 3 days a week, that's perfect, because that person is going to make a lot of progress no matter what they do, essentially, just because they do have those newbie gains. Like, they've hardly ever trained, their body's not used to that type of stimulus, and so we don't need to give the body a lot to really actually make progress. And so typically, if someone is a beginner and they've never really trained before, I typically will recommend at least 3 days a week, because one, like I just said, they don't need a lot at this point. And two, which it kind of ties in with the first point, is that we don't want to burn them out, right? You go from 0 to very little activity to 5-6 days a week, and you're spending an hour and a half in the gym. The chances are that person is going to get burned out quite fast. And what do we not want to do? We don't want to get burned out, and we don't want to stop going to the gym, right? If we just absolutely beat that person up, chances are that they're going to stop going to the gym at some point, because it's not fun. We want to create a fun experience for that person so they continually want to go. And 3 days a week, full body, we're hitting each body part at least 2 to 3 times, we are going to see that progress. Now, for someone who is probably a bit more advanced, who is really past that newbie gain stage, and they're more into the intermediate stage, well, we're probably going to want to have to devote more days and a little bit more time in the gym, because it's going to require more stimulus to actually create change. Now, this is where things can get a little bit different for each person once we are into that intermediate stage. Now, for someone who is working a ton and just doesn't have a lot of time to spend in the gym, we might want to go 6 days a week, because that way what we can do is we can actually spread all of the volume out over more days. So that means that they're actually spending less time in the gym per day. So they might be there more times during the week, but they're going to be spending less time in the gym. Or if someone does have a decent amount of time, they're not rushed in the gym, well, then we can look at 4, 5, 6 days a week, and really devote as much time as we need to be in the gym. Now, that's not saying that we need to be there for 3-4 hours. That's just getting way too much. But we don't have to worry about if that session's getting pushed to an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. But we always want to make sure that we're trying to at least hit each body part 2 to 3 times a week. That seems to be the most optimal for muscle hypertrophy, muscle strength, which are always going to be the goals of really any type of program, is to get stronger in some sense, to build muscle in some sense. So how many times should you be in the gym? Lifting weights, I would say minimum 3, maximum 6. I don't think a lot of people really need 7 days a week. Rest days are so important. So I find 5 to be really optimal, especially, if you are not rushed for time in the gym. That gives you 2 days of full rest, which is going to be just fantastic for recovery and being able to bring the intensity each day, and still enough time to get all the volume in that you need. Although, like I said, it's going to be dependent from person to person, time, anything like that, how many days they actually want to spend in the gym. If you're a beginner, that doesn't mean you have to only do 3 days a week. If you want to do 4 or 5 days a week in the gym, that's okay too. Just make sure that you are not doing too much and burning yourself out. All right, guys, that's going to be everything for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content, please hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions that you would like to see answered in future videos, either shoot me an email, tyler@prophysique.com, or just leave it down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get to it in future videos. Have a fantastic Thursday.